Hello guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Lemir, and I came up with a little guide here to all the starters of the witch doctors out there. Reaper Souls came out recently, and so many characters might start a new witch doctor, and they are looking for a new build. What I got at, I'm playing this witch doctor now for 5 days, and I think I reached a pretty sweet spot. The items I acquired are pretty easily to get actually, and some of them I started with, like this amulet and this ring. The rest I crafted, found or gambled, and it's easier than you think. So here's the build. Spirit Barrage, the spirit is willing. I really only use that when I'm out of mana and to proc Rush of Essence, but I'll come back later to that one. Acid Cloud with Corpse Spawn for my main AoE DPS. Piranhas with Pyronado to buff my DPS, and for the crowd control it's nice to pull them up together. This really functions well with Acid Cloud. Soul Harvest to buff my intelligence by 10%. This is a flat 10% damage increase. Spirit Walk with Honored Guest to regain mana and to get out of tricky situations like Frozen or something. And Fetish Army Legion of Daggers. I mainly use that for Rift bosses or rare packs. These do a ton of damage. I would say around 30 million per second with my gear, currently with 0 physical or Fetish Army damage. My passives are Grave Injustice, very important. Resets the cooldown of Spirit Wars, Soul Hardest, Piranhas, Fetish Army, and gives me a bit life and mana. Gruesome Feast, basically a 50% damage boost and some mana, which is nice. I use Piece of Veil. I recommend using Spirit Vessel at first, and when you got the gear, use Piece of Veil, but I'll come back later. And Rush of Essence. Rush of Essence is, I think, one of the most overpowered passes of the Witch Doctor. You see, currently I have 71 mana regen, my base is 61, and every time I use a spell that's listed here, like Haunt, Holy Flame, Mass Confusion, Soul Harvest, Spirit Barrage, or Spirit Walk, I use 3 of them: Soul Harvest, Spirit Barrage, and Spirit Walk. So I buff up my mana regen up to 240, 230. And as you can see, the effect from Spirit Barrage stacks, which makes this absolutely outstanding. So I use that like 4 times to gain like 150 mana regen, and I can spam my Acid Cloud like crazy. So I also got mana cost reduction on gear. I got the Captain Crimsons for 10%. I got 7% on my shoulders and another 10% in my Paragon points, which makes around about 24 to 25% cost reduction. As you can see, I have currently 2%, that's because of Pierce of Veil. If I take that out, as you can see, 24.67%. So, let's get to the gear. You obviously want to stack poison damage. I really recommend crafting one of these puppies, Reaper's Wraps. You get the recipe when you kill Mathael, and you can also farm the material from him. I think that's definitely the best bracelet to craft, especially if you use Thing of the Deep, because with Grave Injustice you got a 50-yard range for your Grave Injustice, which is basically the whole screen, and this really helps together with the pickup radius, because you heal You regain your primal resource when you pick up a health globe, and yeah, 30%, that's a lot. Next is Captain Crimson's, obviously, because of resource cost reduction. I don't see any other slot here which would be better. Try to get acid cloud damage on the boots. Movement speed is not important. Get it from the Paragon points, if you have. That's more efficient. And yeah, use the builds on the belt. Belt is pure defense. You use the orchid set, which you can also craft and farm pretty easily. I recommend using shoulders and the helmet. You could also use the chest and another slot in the helmet like the Endariads, but I went with this one because on the Endariads you cannot get crit and acid cloud damage, whereas you can if you do that like that. That's some generic unique amulet with poison damage and crit damage and crit chance. And the Swarmblade Wanders, really good pants for this build. You can gamble these like I did on the first day or something. And some generic gloves. Also some chest. Ideal would be the Jade Harvester 2 set with the chest and the gloves to gain another 500 intelligence. Use the Ring of Royal Grandeur to gain the 3 set bonus from Orchid's and Captain Crimson's. The Orchid's 3 set bonus is insane. 15% elite damage and 50% elite damage reduction. In my eyes, this is the best set in the game with only 2 items. And I'm using this Unity. It's rolled pretty nicely. Stone of Jordan would be better, of course, but I didn't get one. So, my weapon, the Mad Monarch Scepter. You can use any weapon you want, but slow weapons are better because you won't run out of mana so fastly. So, what can you gamble and craft? So you can craft belt, boots, braces, helmet, and braces, shoulders. You can also find the ring out of bounties, and this weapon and this amulet out of bounties. So that's basically nearly everything. And then you can craft your, gamble your pants, your mojo, your chest and your gloves. And yeah, the ring you can gamble too if you want to, but you just need to get a bit lucky. Rares are fine. It's not that easy to get a good unique ring. So you can pretty much get all the gear in a matter of days if you farm a lot. And it's not really to get the gear now. This build is meant for the lower torment levels. I would say you cannot really go above 4, and you will very long stick to 1 and 2. I'm now playing on 3 with buffed around 1 million DPS. With Gruesome Feast and Soul Harvest I go to 1.6 million, and my toughness is high enough so I don't get one-shotted. With Fetish Army, the Rift Boss solo Tom 3 dies in around, I don't know, 15 to 20 seconds, which is okay. And yeah, I farm around 1 billion XP per hour. So let's hop into some gameplay here. Let me turn on the sound a bit. I hope I don't get a bad rift, because some rifts are really annoying. This one seems fine. Excuse my voice, it's a bit broken. So, I can show you the effect now. This is like perfect. I mean, I really love the effect of Tornado. Let me put Fetish Army here. As you can see, Tom 3 elites die pretty fast. That were 220 million damage right there. Because of the Sting of the Deep and in Grave Injustice you pretty much never have any cooldowns on Spirit Walk, Solar Harvest or Piranado, which is pretty nice because of the mana management. Spirit Walk helps a lot. 20 spent mana is like, I don't know, 400 mana? No, 200 mana for me. As you can see, on pretty much every rare pack I have my Fetish Army back up, and currently they crit for around 3 to 5 million, and there's 11 of them, so that's like another 50 million DPS. This is only with 5 days in, guys. If I got it the SOJ and a little bit better gear, I could easily do T1-4. I probably can now, but the mobs on T1-4 deal significantly more damage. So I don't wanna die. So that's that. I think you got an idea of how the build works. As you can see, 1.6 million damage buffed with a shit of toughness. Yeah. If you have any questions, PM me, add me in-game. My gamer tag is lesmere2212, or just post comments under the YouTube videos. I will answer them. And yeah. So, thanks for watching, guys. Excuse my pure English. I'm not an English native speaker, and the last time I did a video in English is like 2 years ago, so I hope I still delivered the message and you have fun playing your witch doctors. So, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.